Negotiators for IPS and for the Teachers Union, the Indianapolis Education Association, have looked at the fact finder's report and reached a settlement early this morning. They're expected to release details of that tentative agreement tomorrow.
Fire rages through an Indianapolis home. Some people flee, but one woman dies. And tonight, a man is charged with murder. Late last night, the fire broke out in a double in the 3000 block of North Salem. That's on the near north side. Police have charged 23-year-old Tim Barlow with setting the fire and with murder. Police say he got into a fight with someone in the home, and witnesses saw him throw something into the basement door. Seconds later, there were flames. One woman, 51-year-old Kathleen Hill, became trapped in the house, and when firefighters found her, she was dead. Her boyfriend jumped from a second-story window, but she wouldn't do it. 3 other people were hurt.
A woman from Rochester, New York, has found a temporary home here in Indianapolis, and so has her newborn baby, Gina. The baby was born at the Indianapolis airport, much to the surprise of her mother. Donna Pera was only here for a layover, and she and her firstborn daughter made their way to New York. But then she went into labor and never made it on the flight out.
My water broke, and I called the stewardess over, and I said, I have a problem. And then she took it from there. She called the paramedics. Police were there, and they were very nice. Everybody was so nice, great bedside manners, and just helped me out. And I was frightened because my husband was not with me.
But that's all changed. Donna's husband is at her side tonight. The family's staying at Methodist Hospital as doctors check the baby. Gina was born at 5 pounds 7 ounces and seems to be in excellent health. What an ordeal.
Oh, I'm just thinking, thank goodness it wasn't on the plane.
Oh, yeah, that could have been
a worse ordeal.
Well, we end the weekend with rain. What about the week ahead?
You'll find out. David's work week forecast is next.
Don't pay anything at Kittles for one final weekend. No interest, no payments, no down payments until October 93 or more off for cash. One final weekend at Kittles.
Tony Maidenberg, when faced with a choice between saving his own career and voting to create jobs and improve schools, he put Indiana first. When he could have played politics on the environment, Tony Maidenberg sat down with the opposition instead and passed Indiana's pioneering anti-pollution law.
If we stop worrying about who gets the credit for a particular program or initiative, we can really accomplish a lot more together than if we wear our Republican and Democrat labels around like chips on our shoulders.
Lindley Pearson's latest negative ad is just plain wrong. Once again, Pearson is distorting Bai's record. Evan Bai didn't raise any taxes, and he provides more than $600 million in property tax relief a year. Bai's welfare reform has removed people from welfare, so don't be fooled. Remember Pearson's primary campaign? One paper called it the dirtiest, most deceptive, most disgusting campaign we can ever recall. Lindley Pearson's ads. Deceptive, dirty, disgusting. Enough.
The economy, we're all concerned. It's time for a change.
This plant used to employ 3,000 people. Now many of those jobs have gone to Mexico. I think that's wrong. It's time to fight for Hoosier jobs. It's time to fight for Indiana.
Hogsett's plan, fighting the trade agreement that will send our jobs to Mexico, closing tax loopholes for companies that move overseas, and working for tax credits and savings plans to help the middle class. Joe Hogsett, for change, for us.
The 1992 Mazda MPV, the only import minivan with an available V6 and a convenient swing-out side door. Car and Driver called it the most car-like of the minivans. Get an MPV now and get $1,000 cash back from Mazda. It's the right minivan and the right deal right now. Just don't miss it.
At your Central Indiana Mazda dealer now.
Well, you couldn't go anywhere without an umbrella today, unless, like these guys, you weren't concerned about your hair or anything. Men don't have our problem.
No, not at all.
Just an umbrella, that's all. Hey, didn't you guys get along with the, blending in with our new set? What do you think? It's all over the place.
Leave it to you.
It looks great. I'm glad it looks great in here because it doesn't look so great outside, and we're going to have to talk about rain for a while. Temperature is 63 degrees with the rain going on right now. South wind at 23 miles per hour and gusting around 30 miles per hour. Because the warm front just went through. So 63 degrees right now, and that's the high so far for today. Take a look at the other information for today. It was 48 this morning, up to 63 for the high, which we have right now. It might even a little bit warmer than that. Precipitation downtown, we measured 1.92. There are places around central Indiana checking in with 2 inches or more of rain. So it has been raining a good part of the day, and you can see why. Well, we're kind of getting hit by one wave of showers after another. The first one that's kind of associated from the northwest down to the southeast, that's with the warm front. That has moved on through, so we're done with that, but there still is a lot more to go. You can see more showers coming in from the southwest. One line there, another one out around St. Louis, another one farther to the west. So we've got several to move on through central Indiana in the next 24 hours or so. As far as the live radar picture, what we're showing there, well, another line of showers headed towards Ohio, around the Cincinnati area, a shower there, and moving through central Indiana. We might see a little bit of light rain expected maybe with that, but no more heavy rain, at least not in the next few hours. But we know there's more rain over in Illinois, more in Missouri, so there's more coming this way. It's being caused by a weather system that's really stirred up the weather all around the country. You can see the clouds up to the Canadian border, down to the Gulf of Mexico, out to the Rockies, and headed towards the East Coast, all being stirred up by a low pressure area in the atmosphere that last night was down around the Texas-Oklahoma Panhandle region. Well, it's been moving to the northeast, and now it's past Kansas City and headed continuing to the northeast. It'll be moving up into the northern part of the Great Lakes. And the type of weather that it's controlling, well, showers and thunder showers out ahead of the cold front. In fact, there's a tornado watch out for parts of the Florida Panhandle, Alabama, and Mississippi. Strong storms down there. We might see some pretty strong storms around here. So the springtime weather from the Gulf of Mexico up into Indiana, and it's turned into a little winter weather up here in parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. They're seeing a little bit of snow. And it might be sticking because the colder temperatures will be moving in with the north wind, and so they could have a couple of inches of snow in the northern part of the Midwest, northern part of the Great Lakes. But what will be happening around here is the winds will stay out of the south, so the temperature will keep going up. It could be around 70 degrees tomorrow, but then the front goes through, and when that happens early tomorrow afternoon, then the temperatures will start to fall as the wind shifts out of the west, and then the weather pattern at least tries to dry out just a bit. So here's my forecast the rest of tonight. It'll be cloudy skies, still some more showers around, and temperature continuing to go up. By 6 o'clock in the morning, it'll be 66 degrees. But then on the way to work or school tomorrow, you might have to watch out for the wet streets and maybe some minor flooding conditions around because we've had all this rain. Temperature will be 70 degrees around noon, but much cooler later in the day. Then during the day on Tuesday, Election Day, don't let a few showers in the forecast keep you from voting. It still should be a decent day, 56 degrees for the high. Extended outlook for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see temperatures getting back a little bit closer to normal, right around that 50-degree mark, which is the normal for this first week in November. But we've got some rain coming our way the rest of tonight and during the day tomorrow, so that's the immediate forecast next 24 hours or so.
Another wet one for a few, for at least 24.
Yeah. Right.
All right, thanks, Dave.
That's our Sunday night news and weather. Thanks for joining us.
Time now for sports with Ed.
Thanks, Greg and Angie, and good evening, everybody. You know, for the last couple of years in this time slot on this night, we've done a 15-minute sports highlight show called Sorensen Sports Sunday. It was okay. It was a decent little show, but we won't be doing that program anymore. No, folks, that show is history, much like my sport coat and my tie, because when we come back from commercial, our new Sunday night show will premiere. It's going to be longer. It's going to be better than the old one, but most of all, it's going to be different. It's going to be really different. Stay tuned for Sports Nuts.